The debate stage was set. Bright lights, packed audience. The hum of anticipation filled the air. This wasn't just another policy discussion. This was a spectacle. On one side, Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur who had revolutionized multiple industries. On the other, Senator Richard Holman, a seasoned politician with a reputation for taking down corporate elites. Before we continue this story, let us know where you're watching from. If you enjoy stories like this, subscribe to the channel, because tomorrow we have another special story for you. Holman straightened his tie, flashing a practiced politician's smile. He had prepared for this. His team had combed through every controversy, every soundbite, and every criticism ever thrown at Musk. Tonight, he wasn't here to debate, he was here to dismantle. Elon, Holman began, voice smooth, calculated. You've built an empire on government subsidies, yet you act as if you're self-made. Isn't it time you admit that without taxpayer money, Tesla, SpaceX, even Starlink, none of them would exist? Musk sat relaxed, one arm resting on the chair, his expression unreadable. He tilted his head slightly. "That's a great line," he said casually. "Did you come up with it yourself? Or was it written for you?" A ripple of laughter spread through the crowd. Holman's smile faltered for just a second, but he pressed on. "I'm serious," Holman insisted, gripping the podium. "Your wealth, your success, it's built on the backs of the American taxpayer." Musk finally leaned forward, hands clasped together. "You're right about one thing," he said. "The government did invest in SpaceX when no one else would. And do you know what happened?" Holman raised an eyebrow. "Enlighten us." Musk smirked. "NASA now pays us billions to launch their astronauts." A wave of murmurs spread through the audience. Musk wasn't denying government support. He was flipping the narrative. Holman's eyes narrowed. "So you admit it? You needed the government to survive." Musk let out a small laugh. "Senator, every business interacts with government. Every industry gets subsidies, tax breaks, or incentives. The difference?" He leaned in. "I delivered. Results." The crowd stirred. Holman shifted, sensing he was losing control. And Elon Musk? He was just getting started. The tension in the debate hall was rising. Senator Holman adjusted his tie, his polished confidence faltering. Elon Musk sat back, effortlessly composed. He wasn't just answering questions, he was rewriting the rules of engagement. Holman cleared his throat. "Mr. Musk, you claim your businesses thrive because of results. Yet, Tesla's stock is volatile. Starlink faces scrutiny and—" He held up a paper. "Your factories have taken billions in subsidies while still laying off workers." Musk tilted his head slightly, amused. "Senator, you're reading that like a gotcha moment. But let's talk about what's actually happening." He gestured toward the audience. "Tesla employs over 100,000 people worldwide. SpaceX has revitalized the space industry. And Starlink?" He shrugged. "It's providing internet to places where the government failed to invest in infrastructure." A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd. Holman clenched his jaw. But without government contracts, those jobs wouldn't exist. At the end of the day, isn't this just capitalism benefiting from handouts? Musk smiled, the kind that said, "I've already won this argument." "Senator, remind me, how many billions have been wasted on failed government projects?" Musk asked, feigning curiosity. "Trillions. The difference is, my companies actually produce something." Laughter and applause erupted. Holman's face twitched. "So you're saying billionaires should run the country?" Musk shook his head. "No. I'm saying we should trust people who get results, unlike politicians who've been in office for decades and still haven't solved a single problem. The audience gasped. Holman stiffened. Musk leaned in. Tell me, Senator, when was the last time Congress passed a bill that actually helped American businesses without bureaucratic hoops? Holman stammered. That's a complicated. Musk cut him off. Exactly. The crowd erupted. Holman tried to recover, but the damage was done. Musk wasn't just answering questions. He was dismantling the system. The tension in the room had shifted. Senator Holman, once confident, now looked visibly rattled. He had walked into this debate expecting to corner Elon Musk. Instead, he was the one on defense. Holman exhaled sharply. Mr. Musk, you paint yourself as an innovator, a job creator. But let's talk about the real cost of your success. Musk raised an eyebrow. Go on. Holman lifted his hand. Your factories replace workers with automation. Your AI projects threaten traditional jobs. And let's not forget Twitter, where thousands were fired under your leadership. How do you justify that? Musk leaned forward. Senator, do you drive a car? Holman frowned. Excuse me. A car, Musk repeated. Do you drive one? Or maybe you use a private jet? Holman shifted. What does that have to do with... Musk didn't let him finish. The same argument was made against automobiles replacing horse-drawn carriages. The same outrage existed when the internet disrupted media. The world evolves, Senator. The goal isn't to stop progress, it's to adapt. Holman forced a tight smile. And let's talk about Twitter, Musk continued. You say I fired thousands. You mean the ones banning users they didn't agree with? The ones running a company at a loss while taking billions from advertisers? The audience murmured. Some clapped. Musk shrugged. I made Twitter profitable again. I made it work. Holman's face twitched. He shuffled his notes, looking for something, anything, to regain control. Musk smirked. You came in thinking I was the villain, but I'm not the one failing the American people. The room erupted. Holman had lost. Musk had just won. The studio had shifted from a debate stage to a spectacle. The audience, once passive observers, were now fully engaged, some nodding in agreement, others whispering. Senator Holman, gripping his notes, was out of strategies. Meanwhile, Elon Musk sat relaxed, completely in control. Holman straightened his posture. Mr. Musk, you claim to care about the economy, but isn't it true that your businesses survive off massive government subsidies? Musk chuckled, shaking his head. Senator, your own state takes billions in government grants every year. Holman blinked. That's... Musk held up a hand. Let me finish. Tesla, Ford, GM, all received subsidies. Why? Because the government wanted innovation. SpaceX? We took on contracts NASA couldn't fulfill. Twitter? I bought a failing platform with my own money and turned it around. Holman opened his mouth, but Musk leaned in. You want to talk about wasted taxpayer money? He tilted his head. How about trillions spent on government projects that go nowhere? Agencies that haven't innovated in decades? Politicians who tax businesses, then complain when jobs disappear. The audience reacted, gasps, applause. Holman's composure cracked. That's an oversimplification. Musk smirked. No, Senator. That's reality, and it's why people trust entrepreneurs more than politicians. Holman had nothing left. Musk turned to the cameras. America needs people willing to build, create, and take risks. That's why I do what I do." The moderator looked at Holman. "Senator, any response?" Holman hesitated. Then, quietly, "No further questions." The debate was over. Musk stood, buttoning his jacket. "Good talk, Senator." The audience erupted, cheers, standing ovations. And just like that, Elon Musk didn't just win the debate, he exposed the system. If you loved this takedown, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Did Musk just change the game forever?